Hello everybody, it's Kristy here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to everybody that's new and all the subscribers from before. This is the Slow Stitch sampler from Sally from Dotty Bee on YouTube, and her Instagram page is dottybeevintage. And this is what I've collected up to make a cottage. And I've just had a thought. That's okay. And I was just a name for my cottage. And let's get these out the way. So these are just all the fabrics I want to put around the side. These are possibilities of houses for the house. And this is, I've got some fabrics and I've laid some out in different ways, but these are the fabrics that I'm going to be putting down. So let's start with the top. Now this piece of panel has this bit at the bottom, which is what I want. But it's all a bit bubbly, so I'm not really sure if I want it like that. I need to just make that a little bit straighter. That's better. Okay, so let's sort out the top. Now I've got some blue fabric and I thought that this would make a lovely sky. There. And here. Now I've just realised that this has got a lovely edge on it, so I can use that to go over my edge like that, and that's going over there. And I found this and I thought maybe I could put that up as the fold over bit in the sky like that. I found this bit here, and this can go sorry, I couldn't breathe, right across the blue of the sky. So let's just move that up. I had a bit of a croaky throat, it was a bit dry. And then I found out that I've got this bit of green, so I've put a bit of a line on that, and that could go there. And where's my other green? And that one can go there with the line. You're not seeing anything, are you? There we go. With the line there. So bring you down a little tiny bit. I'm going to be folding these edges over, so one of these pieces of fabric can go here. It's hard to keep them flat. I should really put a pin in it. I'm going to be folding over the raw edges. This one will go over here. That might be a little bit too big, so I'll have to cut the fabric. And then I think this is going to be part of my house. But I think I have to have it up a bit higher. So that means that I've got to have a piece of fabric there. Not sure. Probably need to get another piece of fabric because I was going to have it there. But it's leaving it too high up here in the sky. unless I just have that down the bottom. But it doesn't actually matter because I'm going to put a piece of quilting over it, aren't I? So let's lie that there like that. And I'm going to audition some quilts for the roof. That could be part of the roof, maybe. Not sure about the yellow. Now I just have some plain quilting fabric, and I could always put a piece of white fabric there, which I thought I had some, but I don't. Nope. I can hear a murmur, that's my cat. So I could do that, but it's a bit plain, so I don't think I'll have that one. Same with this one, a bit plain. I've got this beautiful one here. You could still do the door and the windows. I'm quite liking this, because you've got the green down here. Might just straighten that up. So that's a contender. So I'll put that one on this side. Definitely not that one. Now this could be one too. As I have that as the roof bit. And in that case I might not need that bit there. It's hard. I like the rose because I think I'm going to call mine the Rose Cottage, because I have a cottage in Wilberforce in Sydney, Australia, and I'm related to the cottage, the Thomas and Jane, well, it's called the Rose Cottage, but I'm related to the cottage. I'll see if I can bring it up on my phone. Here we go. So this cottage here, that didn't work, did it? That cottage there, I'm related to that cottage. This cottage here is called the Rose Cottage, and it's in Wilberforce in Sydney, and it is the first free floor dwelling, which means it's up off the ground, that was built in Wilberforce back in the 1800s, and it was done by Thomas and Jane Rose, and my mum's side of the family, her dad, they married a Rose. No, they married a Snudden, which is what my mum's maiden name was. And then obviously that has come down to the family. And back in 1992, I went for a anniversary of, I think it was 150 years. So I got all dressed up in the period costume, and you've got lovely things inside, which I really should go and see again. We should make a trip over there. So there we go. There, that's the cottage there. And that's it there. Thomas Rose. We came out on the Bologna on the 16th of January 1793. So my daughter I was pregnant with my daughter at the time in 1993. So there you go, 200 years old. But the cottage was built, I think, in 1811. So that's a bit of information for you. So the reason why I was thinking of the roses was because I'm going to call this the Rose Cottage. So I quite like that there, but I'm not quite sure how I was to do it with the windows and the doors. So strange white piece of fabric, bedding, quilt fabric, but it's a bit plain and it doesn't have any roses on it already. That was that one, but I could build roses on it, couldn't I, with, what do you call it, ribbon. It's a nice big wide house. I'm just trying to think, we've got the door, so probably make it a little bit bigger. And have the door, so I could still make those bigger, couldn't I? Chop that off down there, make it a bigger. I like the width. I like the width of this one, so I'll put that in that side. And I think I have a little bit more. I have this one here, but I think it's a bit too much. And I have this lovely rose, which could feature, couldn't it? Because that could be the door and the windows up here, and I've got a big rose in the center, so that could be one. And I have this one here, but it's not very rosy, so no, I'm not going to go with that one. So I'm going to go away, stitch all this down with invisible stitch. I'm still thinking I want the blue on the roof. But maybe it might be too much. So I'm going to fiddle around with it and maybe just have a bit of blue in the middle. And maybe I'll just quickly do that here. Just a mock-up of something and have that there. Have blue on each side. It looks a bit weird, doesn't it? All right, I'll leave it here and I'll be back. Let me tell you what I've been up to. I haven't done much on this, but I knew that it would be quite simple to, once I start, I can, get going with it quicker. So I've stitched down all the background fabric and, a bit of nectarine. There, don't worry about it. I think the house is going to cover that over maybe. Yes, so I've put down all the fabric and now I've got to just put the borders around and stitch them down. So that's what I'm up to at the moment. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. We need to just crease these bits and this one here, so I probably need my iron on, and then when that goes over the other one like that, that will cover that over. So let me get my iron. I'll turn it on and I shall turn it on there. Just get rid of the ink. I've had a lovely cup of tea. I've had a lovely day. Went down to the river with the dogs. I made a bag. This is what I made today. I have this leather that I bought back in, when did I buy that? Adelaide. I bought it in Adelaide when I went in November. And this is the Bridgerton Liberty fabric. So I just made a little bag. It's a bit funny standing up, but I didn't know whether to put a drawstring pouch or whether this is actually too high. So I'm not quite sure at the moment what size. At the moment it just sort of goes up there. So I don't know whether that's too high or not. I don't know. So anyway, I've made that. So this is heated up. I would definitely have to fold the bottom as well. I'm not going to show you all on camera because it's a fairly simple process to go and do. So I think having them folded definitely makes them a lot neater. And then I will just fold that over there like that. And get my pins. Make sure that I have enough fabric to cover over the butterfly. I should just go along and fold them all and iron them, and then I can position them along, can't I? Which way is my butterfly going? Can't remember now. I think I'm going to fold it over, but I think I'm going to chop off his little head. His wing. Because when I lay that down there, that's going over there, that's going there, and then this will come up to make sure that that meets over the top, and that's in line somehow. Now, the beauty about having the wool mat is you can just press down. Do you know what? You probably can't even see a thing. Oh, you can. Good. I was worried then. The beauty about having the wool mat is that when you put your needle in and you want to get it exactly in the right spot, you can just push it down into the wool mat and then pull your fabric up and pin away. Exactly where I want it to be. How are you all? I probably would have said that in the first part of the video, but sometimes I forget where I am with it all. So hope you're all good. I'm getting excited for our holiday in April. So this will just fold over, and I think I will have the Liberty fabric on top of the butterfly. So let's take that out. It's a bit of a slow process, all this folding and ironing and pressing. Usually I like to have my edges all raw, but I thought I'll give it a go and do the fold over edges. It does look nice. I can hear the water from the air conditioning. Maybe spray starch might help with, well, nearly knocked my cup of tea over. I've been lying down doing some other stitching on some other work that I need to get to doing. Ah, look at that. I've just realised I haven't folded over the butterfly. I think it'll be okay if I have the butterfly down and the other one's up. What do you think? It might be too far actually. That might be just enough. I don't know what everybody else has done. Oh, this is a tiresome process. Take my hat off to you all. Right. Suppose you can fold that over at the end, can't you? It's not very big. Oh, I do think I have another butterfly. So what I'm going to do is find that and then just don't worry about the back edges, just do the front bits here and leave those there. Put the blue one back in. Now this is going to be folded over. I'm not going to fold that over because it's got a lovely edge to it. Once you come along and sew it down, you can adjust the bits of fabric as you go along. And unfortunately, you're just going to have to sacrifice, just trying to find the right word, sacrifice the picture for the sake of the actual whole thing. So we have, what do we have here? We have fold over. I mean, once it's done, it would look really nice. It's just doing the process of folding and pinning. Bring that up there. They've got to fix that, it's a bit crooked. See if I did that there, that would look better, doesn't it? Just tuck the end in and then pin it down. Let's see if I can do that again. Bit short there. What happened there? Maybe it was that. Still, oh, I can bring that over down. I can bring that down a little bit. Right, that needs to be a little bit longer. So we'll fold that over again. The iron's pretty hot, so it'll give it a good crease. Did I fold that over too much? Maybe. Bend that over. Oh, better pin that. That biscuit was very nice, but it's a bit crunchy. Right. I can come over a little bit, which is good. We can fold over the smallest little bit. Definitely have to make sure that, oh, you can't see again because I'm really high up with the video. I just have to make sure that I really, if I'm going to have a small bit, then I do know exactly what I'm doing. Now, what am I doing? I'm going to fold over the top bit. And this is definitely the boring part, so I'm sorry about that. But it won't be long, so that's not going to fit there, is it? Oh well, I might just have to get a piece and put in the middle. I will have to shorten the purple one, I think. Go over there. That looks good there. Oh, I need to fold this one over. It's definitely not. It's like Jenga. You've got to try and, you know, put all the bits in together. Fold that down. Got enough room there, so let's just pin this. I don't want the sky to be too blue. Oh look, maybe I moved it down a bit enough. Moved it down enough for it to fit. So let's just go with that, shall we? Maybe that's what I did before, but I didn't allow myself to. Let's tuck that in there. I didn't allow myself to remember because I just didn't. Right. Come on, in you go. Let's put a pin in that. And look, we've got heaps of room there. Am I going over with the blue? No, I like it that way. So let's move over that little bit more. There we go. Give us just a little bit more of the sky. And I've got enough over there, so that's perfect. Right. Pin this down, and then what I do is I will show you some stitching on this side. So I'm not worried about this side at the moment. Let's just put a pin in here to stop this from moving. All right, so that's good. Good. I've got a biscuit. I'm just going to do a dunking biggie. And you know what? I don't have any thread with me. It's out in the other room. So I'm going to use this thread that I've got in my tangle. Let's be brave and use what's here. That's not the right, whatchamacallit. This one will do, Miller's. I'm starting to get used to some of the names. I do like the milliner's needle. I'm not going to use all the yellow, but I cut this off this morning. What did I do that for? I don't know, I actually need that now that I think about it because of my yellow pouch. So let's dive into something else. Let's do the dark pink. I'm going to just do whatever's on the needle. No, whatever's on in the thread. And all we're going to do is a whip stitch. Nothing too fancy. All these pins everywhere. Right, I need another drink. So I'm a bit late getting this done because I've been trying to do my pouch treasures and life just gets in the way. And I had, obviously you knew I went to the retreat last week. So I did not do anything but the retreat. So by the time I got home, I was, after 5:30, 6 o'clock. Sometimes one night was 7. That's because we went out with some friends from the group. And it was just lovely. So I didn't get any other stitching because I knew that once that had finished, I could catch up. Work is really quiet at the moment, which is just not what I want at the moment. I want to do some work. So I'm doing my very best not to spend any money, but I did spend some money on some doilies because they were a really good price for a big bundle of doilies. And then I'm thinking of making up some packs for slow stitching, bowls. I've just got to get my head together and work it out. I'm not very good at just this sort of planning business is a bit of a learning curve for me. I've got stuff that's not really selling on Facebook, so I'm going to I'm going to just redo it. Maybe I haven't put them up on my D-Stash page on my Instagram, which is D-Stash Sewbits. I can hear my neighbour talking next door. It's a lovely sunny day today. I seem to be talking a bit quiet today, which is very strange for me. Hope you can't. I hope you can't hear my neighbour, because I can hear, sorry, I was just reading something. We can hear colourful language. So I'm hoping that my voice will, if I get loud enough, because sometimes I talk quietly because I'm concentrating, I can my voice will override the language that's coming out from next door. He's got his window open. We're not on each other's doorstep. Some houses are literally right there, but I still can see his house from mine. So it's maybe 7-8 meters away. And he is a nice fellow. So I'm just going to keep travelling this thread along. I'm not sure what to do about the edges. I think I have to stitch them down. So let's put the pin, I beg your pardon. Sorry about that. Let's do the pin, and then I'm going to fold this over. I should do that with the iron. And see if I can just catch the edge of that fabric. Do you know what's going to be even better? Is if I put a bit of glue on there, because I don't want to have to go and find another bit of fabric. And I'll just dab, dab, dab. I can hear him talking. Right, let's just dab that and put some pins on it. Not pins, clips. That probably would have been a better idea. Oops. Oops, I hope you can't hear that language. I might have to stop the video and have a look. It's not very nice to hear. I'm hoping you can't hear it. So what I might do is stop the video for a bit. You can see what I'm doing, because I'm not liking the language that is coming from next door. And yes, sorry, I'm going to stop the video. So I've done all the stitching down the side and across the top. I've done all the stitching on the windows, and the door needs a little handle, I've just realised. And I deliberated what to put up here on the roof, and I consulted with Sally. And in the meantime, when I was asking her, I had let it sit on the kitchen table, and I went off and did some things. And as I walked past, I looked at it and went, yep, that's it. And then Sally came back with the same sort of answer. So that was fabulous. This rose here is already within the quilt, and these pieces are bits that I took off a spare bit of quilt that belongs to this. So I'm really happy the way that's done, because this side of the roof is bigger than this side, and it was just, I didn't want to unpick it because there's a lot of work in there when you do the blanket stitch. So I'm up to the quote, and I found a beautiful quote, and it's going up the top, which I'll bring you down a little bit now. Sorry if you saw my head, I just had to sit down. Oh, and now I need a little sip of my tea, and I'll make sure I won't spill it down my neck. Delicious. So I found this beautiful quote, and I don't know whether it was meant to be or it was just because it was a coincidental. But this is my quote here, and the fact that it's blue, and this is blue as well. So this is from Donna Hedges. Having a place to go is home. Having someone to love is family. Having both is a blessing. So that's what I intend to write up the top here. So I think that would be perfect. And the fact that it's got blue and yellow. I found these little pansies, and I found this. So I'm not going to use this. I'll keep that out. But I'm going to use the little yellow pansies off here. Now I know people get a little bit upset, but I wouldn't actually use this in its entirety. Well, that's a big word. And so I'm better off harvesting what I need, and then the whole piece gets used in a lovely way. So I've got a croaky throat today. Let's see, there's a yellow one here. So I could just have two up in the corner. This is not really the same yellow, so I'm not going to use that. So that can go for another time. And I have another one here, which is, oh, maybe I'll snip off the blue. I'll have two blues and two yellows. There we go. See, now that makes me happy because I'm able to use, you know, the bits and pieces of the crocheted item. So I think I don't want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll just sort of do it like that. Get my needles out. Yeah, so that I'm sure that's all locked down. Do the little window, which, oh, the bits of cotton is in the other room, but it might, oh no, here it is. Oh, do you know what I could do with a gold? I could do a gold, couldn't I? I've got some gold thread. I might be able to put gold through the door. Or I have this beautiful thread, copper. Or I have this one here. I could put a few little threads through the roof. This sort of thing just keeps going on and on. Once you think you're finished, you're actually not, because ideas keep coming and coming and coming. Not sure about that one. And I know, oh, I have this as well. Oh, it's elastic, so I probably won't use that at this time. But that's given me a good idea for something. And, oh gosh, I do have a lot of gold, don't I? I have this gold. Oh, this is a nice gold. Or I have this gold. Not sure about that one. But I do like this one because it's the right pen. Penny's doing actually really well. If you saw my other video, I just want to say that the steroid injection that we have given her is actually making her move a lot better. So we're just going to see how she goes and not think about the what's coming. We're just going to love her and make sure if she's walking enough, and we're just going to keep her going until such time that it's the right time. Okay, so yeah, I really like that. I think I like that better than all the rest, because I would have had like gold handles possibly. Anyway, let's keep that out there. Definitely not that. Where's my pins? Right. Definitely that can go on the edge. I think that one can go. I like the colour in the thing, the sky, and the blue, not the blue, the yellow can go there, and that can go there as well. I'll take out the green bits. Right, here's the fun challenge. Writing. Right. Having someone to love is family, full stop. Having, I could make that bigger actually. Both is a blessing. So I need to fix that up. That could come, that actually could go forward. Let me turn my, Charlie, what are you doing under there, you cheeky boy? Right. Let me turn that on. I can bring that in so that it's not staggered. It's sort of, you know, off center. Oh. Not hot enough. Oh no, sorry, that, what am I doing? That's going there, that's why. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I wonder where I leave my brain. Right, that's fine, I don't need that anymore. I'm really happy with that. But what I might do is, family is a big thing for me, so I'm going to change that. Having a place to go is home. That means something special to me. And blessing is something that, so I'm going to change those three words into a different sort of, I might do all capital letters or a different font. And then I will come back with it stitched. Here I am, nearly finished the words of my saying, and I've just realised I need to rewrite that lady's, the lady's name on here. So that's it, Donna Hedges. So I'm just doing, I've just got a little bit more of this stitching to go, and then we're on to the next prompt. Obviously I've got the 3 prompts all done. I just couldn't get in here and do a film, so I thought I'll just keep going until I have enough time to put one up. You know what, I'm really loving these Milliner needles, number 3. They are fabulous for this sort of thing. Oh, I've got, what have I got here? Extra thread. That's why I'm getting all tangled up. So I'm just doing very small back stitches. I find it very easy to do that. I don't cut the thread, I just continue on. Excuse me. Continue on to the round of the letter. What I might do is go this way. I could use a little hoop, but it's too thick. So that's all I've got left to do. And so what I might do is come back and show you the rest of that when it's finished. Oh, you can't see that. There, show that. It's done and it's finished. Quite like the blue. There's my house. I want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.